Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to today's video. I'm going to go ahead and cover game 23 of a first book of Morphy, where we have Paul Morphy with the white pieces versus an amateur. We have also the King's Gambit position. The King's Gambit opening. This game took place in New Orleans, 1858. We're in a new rule, opening rule number 10. Don't sacrifice without a clear and adequate reason. The author does explain that a pawn sacrifice has to be compensated for something, and it offers three examples. Number one is you can sacrifice a pawn, and it is worth it if you get in return 3 extra moves in development. Right. Number two, it is okay to sacrifice a pawn if you deflect the enemy queen. Right. If you either deflect it from defense of a key defense, or if you deflect it to the other side of the board, it's worth it because the opponent will waste time in moving the queen to get it back to where it needs to be. And the third move is to prevent the opponent from castling. So in this game, I'm going to go ahead and go through the moves, and then I'll explain to you some of the pawn sacrifices here. So let's get to the game. We have, again, the King's Gambit. Okay, we have e4. Okay, here the author notes every move in the opening should answer yes to 2 questions. Does this move help me control the center? Yes. Does this move help me get my pieces out? Yes. So far, so good for both players. Paul Morphy plays the King's Gambit, aiming to get rid of black center pawn. Black accepts. So here, the pawn sacrifice, what does that do? Well, what do you get in return for the pawn? Well, now you get black doesn't have loses control of the center, and also black neglected development. Right? But it still says here that white's pawn sacrifice is not yet justified. So now we have knight f3, prevents a dangerous check on queen h4. White is ready to take control of the center with d4. Okay. Then we have c6 with the threat of d5. And again, let's keep going. I'll explain to you after a few moves. Knight c3. For some reason, Morphy did not play d4. Okay. Bishop b4. And again, it seems like the opponent is confused or switch plans, right? If the plan was to play d5, just go ahead and play d5. Why switch it up? Or if you're not gonna play d5, then you kind of have to stick with a plan, right? Okay, that's fine. Don't play this move, but get your bishop out, get your knight out, and then castle, right? So again, it seems that the opponent is just wasting time. Is undecided. Bishop to c4. Bishop captures on c3. And again, another time-wasting move. Does it help you develop? No, right? Again, here the author notes a mistake. Spending black's only developed piece on the exchange that helps white's queenside mobilize. So here it's saying that white should play knight to e7 and castle. Right? So the next move, again, usually when you have a situation like this, you want to capture towards the center. But in this case, white had a good reason to capture with the center pawn away from the center, right? And that is to open up the queen and open up the bishop. So the bishop is ready to take on f4, and the queen is ready to go to the hole on d6, created by this move here, c6. Okay. So now black plays knight to e7. It says too late for white can now fill in the hole. So this is already too late because white goes queen d6, blocking the d7 pawn, and now it's going to be difficult for black to play d5. Okay, so black castles. White takes pawn with bishop f4. Knight g6. So now the plan is for the knight to capture on f4, and then queen captures. Let's say we have a move like this, right? Then black's plan is now, again, being it's already too late when black realizes this, right? So now black is trying to get to this position to play d5 in order to relieve some of the pressure here from white. So we have bishop to g5, queen e8, attacking the pawn. White ignores this threat. Again, white continues developing, castling, developing the rook. King h8 to get out of the pin from the bishop. So black gets away from the pin. Rook a to e1. f6, attacking the bishop. And then centralized knight e5. Okay, but white leaves the bishop hanging because he would welcome an open f-file. Okay, so again here, with this move, white is sacrificing the bishop, but in return, he's going to get an open file. So pretty much, if white captures, then if black captures, then white recaptures with the knight. Now, white regains a pawn, so white is down 2 points, right? Plus he has the open file. Rook takes, and now the general plan here stated from the book is that the bishop will go to f7. Again, attacking the queen will move out of the way, and then the bishop will go and take on g6, and then pawn takes, and then now the queen can go back, or the queen can take on g6, or go back and get somewhere on the king side over here. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue. So we have f5, knight to d4, f4. And again, as you can see in the position, yes, white is pushing the pawn, but white has 3 pieces and everyone is developed. All the rooks are developed. The king is castled. Black is trying to do the same thing, push the pawn with the support of the rook, the knight, and the queen. But the rest of the pieces are not in the game. So we have e6, d captures on e6, knight e6, bishop e6, rook captures on e6. And then now, because white is so ahead in development and black is behind in development, behind in time, now white is cashing in on this and taking advantage. So again, white sacrifices the rook to have open lines. Again, now the H file is open. Queen g6, queen f5, rook f4. Again, if queen takes, then we have a checkmate here. Queen g6, rook f8, king h7, bishop g8, king h8, bishop f7, king h7, bishop g6, and then here black resigned. Now if we can go ahead and continue the game, again white will end up with a piece up with the bishop. Right, this could be a possible thing. So this could be a possible continuation. So again, if we go look back at the opening, again, develop your pieces, right? If here, black was going to play d5, but then change mind, right? And now this doesn't make sense, right? Maybe your bishop here. And now you take, right? Versus if you could have had your bishop here on c5 and your knight already here. And by move 7, you should have been castled already. So, if we go back with the computer analysis, so here it's saying that this is a blunder, right? And again, it's not like you lost a piece. It's more like a timing type of thing. Right now you're giving black, or you're giving white, a positional advantage, right? With the queen going on d6, blocking the d7 pawn. Now the bishop is pointing to the king side. So is the bishop's ready to take. White is ready to castle and get the rook in. So again, just black fell behind in development. So that's it for today's video. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video.